Good evening and welcome to News. The news always comes first. And second, I'm Hank Orr, the anchor. Our top story tonight, progress on the Normandy invasion in Western Europe. But first, we go live to Carrie Ann on location in Hawaii to report on a tragedy that has befallen our good nation. Carrie?
I am Carrie Ann with News, and I am here at the site of Pearl Harbor bombing. Earlier this morning on December 7, 1941, around 7 a.m., a large squadron of over 150 Japanese planes bombed the U.S. Naval Base Pearl Harbor near Honolulu, Hawaii. An enormous amount of damage has been done and the number of lives lost is overwhelming. The Japanese were successful in destroying nearly 20 battleships, destroying more than 200 airplanes, and, unfortunately, taking the lives of 2,000 soldiers. Here is live footage of the catastrophe.
Thanks, Carrie. We understand that the Roosevelt administration is currently deliberating on declaring war against Japan. But let's move on to a brighter note with the sports reports with Tim Spooneyburger. How's the sports, Tim?
President Roosevelt sent a letter to the Commissioner of Baseball saying that the sport should continue throughout the war. He goes to state, even if the actual quality of the teams is lowered by the greater use of older players, this will not dampen the popularity of the sport. He was correct in saying the popularity would not decrease. The St. Louis Cardinals won the World Series versus the defending world champions, the New York Yankees. This 1942 World Series had 5 games played, with the Redbirds winning 4 games to the Yankees 1. Back to you, Hank Orr.
Thanks, Tim. Coming up are reports on the Normandy invasion. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hey, do you know what the best toy ever is?
No, what is it?
What walks down the stairs alone or in pairs and makes a slinkity sound? It's a spring, a marvelous thing. Everyone knows it's a slinky. It's a slinky, it's fun, it's a wonderful toy. It's slinky, it's fun, it's a wonderful toy. It's fun for a girl or boy. It's slinky, slinkity, 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 slink.
Slinky brought to you by James Industries. The name's James.
Welcome back, and now for our top story, Salvation Across the Atlantic, for our update on the current standings on the war against Nazi Germany. Recall that our crusade to combat fascism began in December of 1941. Since then, President Franklin Roosevelt has executed an invasion of the beaches of Normandy for the purpose of liberating northern France from the clutches of the Nazi menace. A month has passed since the beginning of this invasion on June 6, 1944, a date which many are referring to as D-Day. As of today, Allied forces are making strong progress toward the French border. American bombers have performed successful attacks on vital German retaliation routes, and reports from our men overseas claim that the Axis powers' response to this invasion has been slow at best. They have assured us that we may expect completion of this mission in August, but until then, our hearts go out to the brave men fighting to cleanse Europe of its impurities and to make the world a better place. Coming up, our interview with General Patton. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Longest suspension bridge in the world. The commercial metropolis of the West. Conductor at the Avenue Terminal on a turntable. A quaint sight and...
Are you looking for something fun to do? Do you need to get away? Why not take a trip to see the world-famous Golden Gate Bridge, or even take a ride on one of our famous cable cars? Get out of the house and visit San Francisco today. Hi, I'm Scott C. from News, and we're here with a brief interview with General Patton. General, tell us about your participation in Operation Overlord.
Well, I led Operation Quicksilver because I'm an accomplished general and was expected to lead the invasion. However, I was really just a decoy on the coast leading a phantom army.
Interesting. Well, now after spending so much time witnessing the horrors of war, how do you think it affects the men in it?
Well, battle is the most magnificent competition in which human beings can indulge. It brings out all that is best. It removes all that is base. All men are afraid in battle. The coward is the one
Tell us about your schooling and what is one experience that you took from it?
Well, first I attended the Virginia Military Academy for 1 year. I then went on to graduate from West Point and came out as a second lieutenant. One of the things that stuck with me from my schooling was that if everyone is thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.
Very well said, General. Best of luck to you in battle.
Thank you.
Back to Timothy at the station.
Breaking news. In an unexpected turn of events, it would appear, if trusted sources are to be believed, that President Truman, acting president since Roosevelt's death on April 12, 1945, ordered a bombing raid on the Japanese city of Hiroshima in place of the incursion of American troops. We have understood that a fat man was dropped, causing a large explosion. We at News are still waiting on word from Japanese Emperor Hirohito on his response to this shocking turn of events and how this attack might bring the World War to close. We now turn to our senior verbal aggressor, Benjamin Alexander Denton, who already has a strongly worded opinion on the matter. What are your thoughts, Ben?
It's Benjamin, Timothy, Benjamin. All right, look here, people of America. I was not raised on the ideal that fancy gadgetry was going to be able to solve all of our problems. You know, where I'm from, if you have a problem with someone, all you got to do is you just got to walk up to them and then kick them till it smarts something fierce. If you ask me, what President Truman is doing right now is simply pathetic. All right? What does he think? That Japan's going to be scared of our oh so special military ordinance? No. Right now, Japan thinks we are weak, they think we are cowardly, and that we are unwilling to put our brave men out on display. War is about pitting soldiers against soldiers, not civilians against bombs. So quit your game of checkers and get back to playing chess. That's all I got to say. Back to you, Timothy.
Thank you, Ben.
It's Benjamin.
No one cares. That's all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. As you go to sleep tonight, please remember to keep Roosevelt close to your hearts, and may he rest in peace. Thanks for joining us here at News. Good night, America.